Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Yashika Guleria, Assistant Professor Commerce, Government College Arki, Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla. Today we are going to talk on module Concord in the Family Unit, Sympathetic Values in Human Relations from paper concerning Human Values and Indian Ethos. After completing this modules, you will be able to learn about the following. First, teachings of Concord in family. And second, discrete values in human relationship. Introduction of the topic. From the background of the human social order, a family is a group of people allied by same bloodedness, likeness or co-resident or by some other combinations. Every one of us is naturally a part of a family that includes father, mother and siblings. Simultaneously, other relations also exist around the perception of family such as grandparents, aunts, uncle, cousin, nephews, niece, etc. A foresight connection have an authenticity of our living together through beliefs, customs and as per our social philosophy, etc. Outside family, we have social podium through which we frequently interact with friends and colleagues. Be it in our education institutions, our locality or the general public, friends are a noteworthy element of our lives for each and every one of us. In addition to our home and educational institution, we live in a higher social community order where a whole range of relationships prompt up the survival of our family and each one of them brings a certain value to our living. Initiation from our family together with our teacher, associates and all the dissimilar social association, each one of us is born and lives in such relationship. This is an undividable ingredient of our living. Have you shaped the relationship in your family or were you born into them? Is it possible to create the relationship that do not exist in a family? No, not at all. We are unsurprisingly born into this. In a similar way, the family has not made up the social reliance in which it stays alive. The family exists naturally as a fraction of this social network of interdependency. So, we are surrounded in relationships. What we require to do is to be acquainted with them. We are naturally in relationship with each other. The body is only a way to state to take delivery of our relationship. For example, a lady has sense related to the baby she has given delivery to. The body of the kid has its source in the body of the mother. But neither mother's body nor the baby's has feeling. It is the nature of the mother and the kid who sense attachment. Like this, we have feelings in relationship naturally. They are not to be created, nor we take away them. In the examples we took earlier, we can see that in each case, feelings are involved. We may try to suppress them or argue against them or undermine them, but they are very much there. These feelings are fundamental to the relationship and can be recognized. Feelings in relationship. Feelings are naturally in relationship. They do not have to be created nor can we remove them. We may try to suppress them or argue against them or undermine them, but they are very much there. These feelings are fundamental to the relationship and can be recognized. This is something you can easily verify yourself through them. For example, there is no organ in the body that wants faith. No part of the body that wants respect. When you respect someone, you respect the human being and not their body organ. When you faith someone, it is the human being and not the body. Recognizing and fulfilling these feelings in relationship. Once we have recognized the existence of human relationships, we are subsequently able to identify the feelings. The feeling here means values. When we work and behave according to these feelings, it leads to fulfillment of both sides in the relationship. That is, it leads to mutual fulfillment. Evaluation is a natural process when we live in relationships and we are constantly evaluating ours and the other's feeling in the relationship. Justice. Justice is the recognition of values, the definite feelings in relationship, their fulfillment, the right evaluation of the fulfillment resulting in mutual happiness. Thus, there are four elements of justice: recognition of values, fulfillment, evaluation, and mutual happiness ensured. When all the four are ensured, justice is ensured. Mutual fulfillment is the hallmark of justice. Mutual happiness. We have to appraise ourselves when we are capable to make certain justice in relationship. For this, we need to analyze following questions. The first question is, do we want justice only on few incidents or every jiffy? Second question, will the justice get ensured in the family or in law lords? Third question, in how many relationships and occasions are we at present able to make certain justice? These are quite relevant questions in our daily life. We tend to feel that we are being subjected to injustice, but we hardly ever appraise how just we are in our interactions. Recognizing relationship with others based only on the body. We see ourselves as well as others as a body, and we subsequently reduce our relationships and the feelings in the relationship to the level of our body. Values in human relationship. Some feelings or values in relationship are mentioned below. First, faith. Second, respect. Third, feeling of care. Fourth, guidance. Fifth, reverence. Sixth, grandeur. Seventh, thankfulness. And last, love. Now we will elaborate on each of these. Faith. Faith is the introductory value in relationship. To be assured that each human being inherently wants oneself and the other to be happy and prosperous. Respect. Verify the following on the basis of your natural acceptance. What is naturally tolerable to you? Feeling of respect or disrespect for you? What is naturally tolerable to you? Feeling of respect or disrespect for the other? You will find that each one of us has an acceptance for feeling of respect. Just as we desire this, the other also expects the same. Every human being wants to respect and be respected. On the basis of body, gender, we have such ideas as we respect males more than females, or even the other way around in some societies. We ignore the fact that being male or female is an attribute of the body and not an attribute the level of I. Race. If the person is of the same race as oneself, then we treat them in a different way. For example, we differentiate on the basis of skin color, white, brown, black, etc. Age. We have notions such as one must respect elders. What about youngsters? Should we insult them? Age is related to the body and not to I. Physical strength. If someone is stronger, we again treat him or her differently. This is again at the level of the body. In fact, we think that we are respecting the other while it is fear. The fear that if we do not treat them like this, we will be harmed. On the basis of physical facilities, wealth. We differentiate people because some have more wealth than others. What we term as a rich person gets admired. We do not even bother to find out whether such people are feeling prosperous or if they just have wealth. Are they happy or just have wealth? This is evaluation on the basis of physical facilities. Post. This is a very common phenomenon. We cry to co-respect on the basis of a person's position. Is this post directly related to the right sympathized and feelings in the self? We seldom verify. The post is wrongly evaluated as the mark of a person's excellence and differentiation sets in. On the basis of belief. Ism. What does this mean? Ism means any belief in terms of a cuff system that we have and that we have adopted. There are also many modern isms such as capitalism, socialism, communism, etc. The people following these sets of belief are called capitalist, socialist, communist, and so on. Sects. Sects are identified as having a set of beliefs which reflect itself largely in terms of certain tradition and practices. People of one sect only consider those with a similar belief system to be their own and worthy of respect. Following a particular tradition or what we call as religion becomes the basis of respect and disrespect in relationship. Now, making a comparison between attention and respect, there are a whole lot of surplus activities that people are betrothed in today for the sake of respect. It can be actually funny if you start observing people are climbing up mountain for the sake of fame, eating hot chilies and worms to be on TV. This list is simply endless. If one understood the simple fact that what you can get from all this is only attention and that you cannot ensure the feeling of being in relationship, the feeling of right evaluation and respect in the other, then all these people will feel very much at ease. Just think about it. All the while, people are uncomfortable inside since they are struggling for the sake of respect. If I see my relationship with you, I shall anyway respect you. I accept you for what you are, a human being like me. You don't have to be something special to earn this respect from me. The fact that you are human is enough for me to respect you. Feeling of care. The feeling of care carries the feeling to nurture and protect the body of our relative. We understand a human being as a coexistence of the self and the body is an instrument of I. Based on this sympathized, we take the responsibility of nurturing and protecting the body of our relative. Guidance. The feeling of ensuring right sympathized and feelings in the other is called guidance, right sympathized, and feelings are also a need of the other and the other is related to me. As a result, I have the responsibility to help the other. Based upon this, I am able to recognize this feeling of ensuring right sympathized and feelings in my relative. This is called guidance. Reverence. The feeling of acceptance of excellence in the other is called reverence. The feeling of accepting the excellence in the other is called reverence. Each one of us wants to live with continuous happiness and prosperity. Each one of us has the similar faculty of natural acceptance, has the same goal and program, and we have the same potential to realize them. Grandeur. Grandeur is the feeling for someone who has made efforts for excellence. We find that there have been people in the history or even around us who are investing their time, energy, and their belongingness to achieve excellence to make others excellent. This gives us a feeling of grandeur for them. Thankfulness. Thankfulness is the feeling of acceptance for those who have made efforts for my excellence. Thankfulness is a feeling coming out of assistance at the level of physical facilities. This feeling is short lived because the physical facility and the impression we get from it is also short lived. But thankfulness coming out of someone doing something for my right sympathized is everlasting. Last, love. The feeling of being related to all is love. This feeling of value is also called the complete value, since this is the feeling of relatedness to all human beings. It starts with identifying that one is related to the other human being, and it slowly expands to the feeling of being related to all human beings. The feeling of love leads to an undivided society. It starts from a family and slowly expands to the whole family. Every human being has natural acceptance for relatedness up to the whole family in the form of love. We can now conclude that there are definite values in human to human relationships which needs to be understood and fulfilled accordingly. These values are faith, respect, affection, care, guidance, reverence, grandeur, thankfulness, and love. Response and reaction. If we look at our living today, it is largely in what we can call as reaction mode and not in response mode. For want of proper sympathized of relationship, we keep reacting to the behavior of the other person. We are at the mercy of the situation. Only when we recognize the relationship in terms of appropriate values, we will be responding to every situation and to every person in the right way. Now, summarizing the whole session, we have tried to focus attention on the concord in the family, the concord in human to human relationships through a correct appraisal of values inherent in these relationships. The main points are summarized below. Family is the basic unit of human interaction. Human beings live in relationships. We are related to other human beings. It is essential to understand these human relationships we have, starting from the people we live within our family to our friends and the people in the society. These feelings can be recognized. Their recognition, fulfillment, and evaluation leads to mutual happiness. There are 8 feelings in human relationship. These are faith, respect, affection, care, guidance, reverence, grandeur, thankfulness, and love. Living with these feelings are our innate need. Problems arise in relationship as we are unable to ensure the continuity of these feelings. Faith is called the basic and foundation value. Faith means the assurance that at the level of intention, the other means well for me at all times, that the other wants my happiness. There is a difference between a person's intention and their competence to fulfill that intention. We all are similar at the level of our intention, but differ in our competence to fulfill that intention. Respect means right evaluation. We correctly evaluate the other person without over evaluating, undervaluating, or evaluating the person otherwise. We do not understand respect. We tend to differentiate on the basis of body, physical facilities, or beliefs. The feeling of care is the feeling of wanting to nurture and protect the body of our relative. The feeling of ensuring right sympathized and feelings in the other are called guidance. The basic values or expectation to be understood in relationship are faith and respect. If we have these, then the remaining of the values flow quite naturally. Only care requires physical facilities. For other feelings, what we need essentially is their proper sympathized. By living in relationship at all times in the family, we get the assurance that the other person is an aid to me and not an hindrance. The family is a laboratory of sorts in which we exchange. The way out is to understand and to live in concord at all the levels of living, right from oneself to the whole existence. This paves way for moving towards a universal human order on earth. Right sympathized in the individual is the basis of concord in the family, which is the building block for concord in the society. Thank you.